Hi everyone, lovely to be here today. I just thought I would jump on and share this recording with you. Today I'd like to talk to you about spiritual self-esteem. And for me, it goes a little bit deeper than confidence or positivity. Most of us have been taught about self-esteem comes from achievement, appearance, approval, belonging. But the problem is that becomes fragile. The moment circumstances change, our worth feels like and it crumbles. Spiritual self esteem is different. It's not built on what you do or how others see you, it's a correction of perception. So I wanted to share that with you again. Spiritual self esteem allows us to correct our perception. And it allows us to see ourselves as we truly are, not as our fear or ego tell us. It's remembering I'm not limited, I am not broken, I am not separate, I am whole, I'm infinite, and I am worthy. So, how do we stabilize this? It's not about deciding in our head, but it's through cultivated practices. Through practice. We work on fear. Each time we meet our fear without running, we dismantle the illusion that we are weak or unsafe. Fear dissolves and we discover our own resilience. So I just want to go back to that. Each time we meet fear without running, we dismantle our fear. We dismantle the illusion that we're weak or unsafe or unworthy. And we discover our resilience. The next thing we can practice is coherence. When we bring our heart, our breath, and our brain into harmony, we train our body to live from expansion instead of contraction. And over time, that anchors a new identity. Not fragile ego or very fragile ego, but God aligned selfhood. And when we say God at the moment, I'm not talking about Jesus God, that God that we pray to. This is our God mind. This is where the universal law of God mind, which I'll go through at another stage with you. But there's something beautiful that happens when we begin to see through our God mind. We notice life through the lens of unity, where nothing is wasted and nothing is separate from ourselves. From this side, we grow spiritual self-esteem. I feel like I'm doing this with my hand. I'm sorry. So we grow spiritual self-esteem. It's not arrogance because it doesn't elevate us above anyone else. It recognizes what I am is what you are too. So what I am is what you are too. And that just brings me, I just wrote a blog about judgment. And because this week I had a amazing insight that I was judging someone for being insincere in my mind. And because I'm doing so much work on my values and creating She Who Knows, it came to me that, well, if I'm taking, what am I avoiding? What's my actual truth if I'm taking the time to judge this person for insincerity? And it was, of course, about me, that I wasn't facing my truth of what I wanted to share, what I wanted to do. It was far easier to make up a story about someone else. Anyway, the beauty of me working on my own spiritual esteem to bring it to you and She Who Knows is that I'm learning all of these amazing things to recognize within myself. So it is a beautiful thing. And I am not separate from somebody else. So for me to see something in someone else, it allows me to turn the mirror on myself and go, okay, what's going on? So from this site, my spiritual self-esteem grows, and it isn't about the arrogance. It is about seeing what I am is what I see in you also. And it's so much fun and amazing. This matters deeply for a leadership. Why does it matter deeply for leadership? Well, when we move into spiritual self-esteem, we stop chasing validation through success or status. My authority or your authority comes from embodiment, not performance. So as I went through that practice, it helped me create an embodied practice in myself. Going, okay, if I'm judging what's going on for me in what's my truth, it's not about someone else. And in leadership, we need to lead powerfully. We need to have humility, grace, and we do need to have power. And that power comes from us being truthful with ourselves so we can share our truth with our audience, with our clients, with our family, wherever we want to be, show leadership in. So we stop chasing validation through success or status. We create our own authority, which comes from embodiment, not performance. People begin to trust because they can feel our stability. I have never, in my business practices, and I've been confident in many varied things, and I love business. Those of you who know me for a long time know how much I love business. But my certainty inside myself, and the certainty doesn't create comfort, by the way, I still question all of this, but the stability in myself and certainty that this is what I'm here to do. And even when I decided to start creating She Who Knows, it was certain to do, but each thing has stepped into place. I'm still learning. All I know is that when I did a practice and someone said, what do I want to be? I'm like, I want to teach this stuff. I want to help you understand when we say we create anything called focus creates reality, where that comes from. It's not just a statement, it is embodied work and how we can do that. And I want to teach, I really want to teach spiritual self-esteem. I want every woman in the world. My first business is called Courageous You because I know that every woman in the world has that courage and strength inside them. And the first step into that is to help each woman to have that spiritual self-esteem within themselves so that they can lead, so they have the stability in them, so people will follow you because of those reasons. And the other thing that this practice is of spiritual self-esteem is that I can lead without needing to control any of you. Because spiritual self-esteem, our worth isn't on the line. Our worth is not on the line when we are creating our own and living from our own spiritual esteem. Now, here's the paradox, though. You can't achieve spiritual self-esteem without striving. You can't bypass the fears or the uncomfortability. It's the compost that it grows in. We do love a little bit of compost. And you can't fake it. Because it's not about confidence, it's about congruence. So even in these videos, I'm like, should I press stop? Oh, I've just messed up. Oh, moved my hands too much. But you know what? I am confident in what I'm talking to you about. I have my notes on the screen so I can make sure that I share all the important information with you. And it's about congruence. It's about showing up, because showing up, talking to you about spiritual self-esteem is so much more important to me than getting it right or how you receive the information. And if you listen to it today and think, oh, this is a load of shit, I'm happy for you to feel that, because you've thought about it and you've come up with thoughts in your mind. And I hope that whoever watches this, they walk away thinking what they want and what's true to them for hours later. Anyway, so I'm going to leave you with the few reflections I've written down here today. Where does your sense of worth usually come from? Does it come from outside validation or inner alignment? And I'm going to put these questions down below the video because I really love you to sit with them and just answer them, or take a moment to see what the answer comes to yourself. Where does your sense of worth usually come from? Outside validation or inner alignment? Next question. How does your body feel when you imagine seeing yourself exactly as your God mind sees you? Well, that's a delicious question. How does your body feel when you imagine seeing yourself exactly as God sees you? And that's what we talked about earlier, the remembering I am not limited, I am not broken, I am not separate, I am whole, infinite, and worthy. How does your body feel when you're told, when you know that to be true? And the last question is, what fear or old story, if you released it, would free you into a more stable sense of wholeness? What fear or old story, if you released it, would free you into a more stable sense of wholeness? That's a deep question. And you may not have the answer now, but you can always write it down or come back to this live or video and answer it later. Or you can come and explore it with She Who Knows. And I will put the She Who Knows waitlist in the comments. If you do have a fear that you would like help with releasing, please reach out. I do have a delicious, amazing session that I can help you with that. It is about meeting the fear and being guided and held with what that fear is, where it comes from. I will put the link below as well if you were ever interested in having a method session with me to release that fear. It's beautiful, it's supported. You're also supported for 14 days after it. All my work now, actually I'm going to stop, is trauma informed. I'm going to jump on another video and just talk about that as well. So thanks for being with me. If this lands with you, share in the comments what came up for you. If you'd like to share with your answers to that question, I'd love to hear them. Private message me, put them in there. But let's keep exploring the idea of spiritual self-esteem together. And thanks for being with me today. Bye.